Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show. Special guest today is Brian Weens, athletic director at Sandia High School. And hey, thanks for taking the time. It's a Monday out. I mean, it's going to be a Tuesday morning, and it's just great that you took the time to kind of talk about Sandia and talk about the legacy of what of your career.
I appreciate being on the show, Steve. It's been a wild year, I'll tell you that much. Been a wild ride, but it's been a lot of fun. We've been really busy, but that's a good thing. That means kids are playing sports, right?
Well, I think that's the when sports started. I mean the excitement and enthusiasm and still the enthusiasm of this is a big week for basketball, but every sport's been unbelievable excitement just because it was taken away. Now it's actually happening.
Yeah, the excitement's all over the place. I mean, we've been practicing since October. It was on, it was off, and then back on in the spring. And once we got the green light, our student athletes, our coaches, they were so excited to play again. Um, the excitement in the air was definitely known. They're still excited. It's been fantastic. So I really appreciate all the powers that be that's made this happen. The NMA, PED, the governor's office, APS. We're excited to be back, and it's been fun.
Well, Brian, sometimes you've had to be the bearer of bad news, and I mean, with that, one week you're playing, one week you're completely not playing, and how did you keep, two things? How did you keep your coaches, it's happening one day. I know it's happened just recently. One day there was no wrestling, and then that afternoon wrestling's back on. So, how do you keep? I mean, you have to have some really positive ways of presenting things. And I want to thank first of all the athletic directors for keeping people focused and keeping the kids focused. But I'm telling you what, I know I know that when you made some of these speeches and things that people were really upset and distraught, but you got through it and kind of walk me through some of your process of keeping everything positive.
Well, to be honest, it's the coaches. I mean, we have some amazing coaches here at Sandia. They motivate themselves. Danny Brown, our basketball coach, he is fantastic because he'll play night or day, doesn't matter. So through rain, sunshine, whatever it is. I know it's an indoor sport, but he'll play through anything. So we have coaches here who will, take the bearer of bad news and roll with it and say, okay, all right, let's find out when the next time we're going to play. So yeah, I've been kind of the guy who says the no guy and the bearer of bad news, but you always look through silver linings on things. When wrestling got shut down, it was a hard conversation between my coach and myself. And I said, you know what? It's right now it's suspended. It's not done. So let's look at it going, okay, well, we're going to try to get it back in a couple of weeks if that's possible. And we kind of look at through the silver linings. It's not done. It's just suspended. So we looked at that. And once I got the good news, he was excited. But I always have to look at through silver linings, especially nowadays. You always have to look to see what you can do, especially, with wrestling. It was the situation where, well, you couldn't wrestle in the gym, but you could go outside and condition. So there's other things that you can try to tell your coaches that, you know what, stay with it, stay with the process, because hopefully there'll be sunshine at the end of the day. So, and there was.
And, and I tell you, with that, I appreciate all the athletic, all the coaches, for not knowing, and even if there was going to be a season, and with the APS board meeting that was off, and then next week it's back on, and then it was the juggling match. How did you have to juggle to get one? How did you juggle? You got all these athletes coming back in. They had to get physicals. They got to get all get all the little dots and things crossed, and then actually you have multiple athletes that play dual sports. It was it's just amazed me all the things that you guys had to go through. And I think I know from Pro Views in one week we had 5 different sports going on in one week, and and just to see the enthusiasm, like really not a lot of complaint. Everybody was just really positive and happy.
I think you hit the nail on the head. I mean, everyone was willing to do whatever it took to get on the court, on the field, whatever it was. I mean, our athletic trainer, Melissa Lee, is fantastic. We worked really hand in hand to make sure all the paperwork is in order. But once we said, here's student athletes, this is what you need. Parents, this is here what you need to play. They were all for it. Here's the paperwork. Here's the code of conduct. Here's the life of an athlete, concussion, whatever we needed. They were going to get it done because they wanted to be on the court, on the field. They wanted to be back. And so we made sure it took lots of meetings, lots of countless hours of meetings with coaches to go over the guidelines and the protocols, the COVID safe protocols. And they were ready to go. All my coaches motivated themselves and so did our student athletes. So it was our job to make sure our paperwork was in line. But once our paperwork was in line and the coaches knew the protocols and procedures, it was game on.
Well, I tell you, and that was across the board with all APS. I mean, not only with Sandia. I mean, everybody was just elated that they could get back to be competing and get these kids active and and keep them very active. And I think that's really the most important thing. And everybody I've talked to is we're playing, and then really I know football. Was a real short season, but at least people got to go out and compete, and it was just neat that you would think that there would be a lot more talks about it. Not enough games. If they played one game, that would have been great for this year.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to several teachers, and ever since sports have been back on, the student athletes have been more engaged in the classrooms. Their grades have gone up. It definitely goes hand in hand, the academics and the athletics. The kids have been more motivated overall. So when I go out to the practices and I go to the games, I can see it on their faces. I can see it in the coaches. It's like, hey, we're doing exactly what we love. And so we're really thankful to be back.
Well, Brian, we're going to go to the Dream Style Top 10 Plays of the Week and come back and talk more about Sandia and talk about some great competition on the last weekend.
All right.
I like Trujillo a lot. I watched him play last year. Murillo puts it on the deck, high window, and scores.
Oh, beautiful feed inside for Palacio.
Staying, and she's going to anticipate that pass and get a steal. Good job, coach, leaving her in the game. Little Euro step as the defense goes by. Volcano Vista. And there they are, tipping it to themselves. That's a really nice intuitive basketball play there. That's instinct.
Great pass to Richardson. Layups up and it's good. What a pass by Dominguez. Good job by Asia Mir. Splits two defenders, puts it up, scores, and is fouled. Great shot by Asia Mir.
Dangerous pass. Johnson in transition. Look at him burst through with a hammer jam.
Ahead to Murillo. Murillo will put it down with the authority.
I think we'll see that.
Double pump slam. Wow.
Can I sing him happy birthday?
Oh, by all means.
Well, but before I do that, I want to make sure that, like, my papa, my dad, Mike Brown, this one's for you. We love you. Everybody out here loves you. I just want to make sure that you know that. You're the best coach, dad, everything in the world. I just want to make sure you know that. So Zay, this one's for you, man. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Zay, man. Happy birthday to you. Thank you very much. I'm here as much as you need me.
Congratulations.
Okay.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Hey, welcome back, Steve Davis Show. We got Brian Weems, athletic director at Sandia High School, and Brian, you know, I've been impressed with what you've been doing. I mean, you've done a lot of things, but give me a Reader's Digest of how you got to be the athletic director, why you wanted to be the athletic director. I know you were a great soccer coach and actually a great kicker for the Gladiators, and a few other things, and all of a sudden you're in charge of all the athletics at Sandia High School.
Well, I'd say my road probably started when I was in sixth grade. I was a student and student athlete at Sandia Prep in the mid-90s, and Pete McFarland was my athletic director. And I just remember loving what he loves and doing what he does, and just every single moment of what he did in the process, even back then as a middle schooler and high school, I loved. So I got my master's degree in athletic administration. I knew that I had to be a teacher and a coach if I wanted to be an athletic director someday. That was one of the processes. And I loved coaching for 10 years. I coached 5 years at Belen High School and 5 years at Sandia High School as the head soccer coach. I was a math teacher for 10 years. And when the position came open 4 years ago, I went for it. Absolutely went for it. I wanted to basically be around all student athletes, the whole campus, not just my soccer kids, not just positively influenced my soccer kids or my classes. I wanted to be around all my student athletes. And we have over 700 student athletes here at Sandia. So I wanted to positively influence everybody. And so when the job came open 4 years ago, there it was, and I went for it, and I love it. I love every moment of it. It's a fantastic opportunity to be around such great people, such great mentors, like Leanne Moores at La Cueva. She's fantastic, the AD there, and great teachers, great coaches. I'm just totally blessed that I'm around such good people and great student athletes. So it's one of those things where I love what I do, and I wouldn't trade anything for the world.
Well, when you came in, you had a plan, or you had, or I guess the word is, it's been a coach, and when you're the first coach, you had a athletic, you had things that you wanted to implement, and what was one of the first things you did?
One of the first things I did was I basically said, okay, this school has a really rich history of athletics. I mean, we've been around since 1958. So one of the first things I wanted to do was implement an athletic hall of fame. And so I knew that we would have plenty of great, amazing athletes that were here in the 50s and 60s and 70s. And I said, okay, we needed to get this done. So a couple years later, through the help of Marty Watts, we got it done. And we had a great banquet a year and a half ago. And we got the 50s class, 50/60s class in here. We had to stop because of COVID and we couldn't meet. So we're going to take a gap year. But we plan on doing the 70s this year, and then the 80s, and then the 90s, and then part of the 2000s. And so that's been a real privilege and an honor to meet all the great student athletes of the history's past of Sandia, and to really understand the history here. I mean, all the championships, all the stories I've learned. So that's been a really, really big thing that I've really enjoyed being a part of. I also, take take very seriously our academics here. So I make it very clear to our coaches, and our coaches make it very clear to our student athletes that they are students before they're athletes. So we take very big pride in knowing that, you know what, it takes a lot of work in the classroom to be a student athlete, and it's a privilege. So we make sure that our athletes know that as well.
Well, going back to that Hall of Fame, you know, back to Marty Watts. I mean, I tell you what, he's a Sandia. He just loves Sandia. He loves you, and you know, insert himself, and he brought, you know, ProView Networks into it, and that's kind of where you and I first met, and I but talking that was so instrumental. It was I can remember vividly that there was a basketball game right after you did it, right before a basketball game, and then at halftime or after the game, you had introduced everybody that was inducted, and hearing those stories that were inducted, but you had Gary Johnson. I mean, you had the governor. I mean, come back, and for him, you know, in his busy schedule, even today, to come back and take the time and see the people that, you know, I want to say it was the library, the new building that you built, and it was packed, and it was just a great moment for me to be a part of.
Well, Marty Watts is a legend. I really enjoy him. He really
don't tell him that. Please don't tell him that. Okay, I mean,
he really helped us out. He made this thing happen. I mean, he fundraised everything, and it was a privilege to have him aboard as one of our committee members. And it was just a really fun thing to do. I know our current coaches loved it. Some of them are on the committee themselves. You know, I can't wait for that process to happen again at some point down the road, because it really brings the community together too. You know, it brings the community back to Sandia, where there's a really strong, rich history of students and student athletes and governors. And, you know, it was definitely an honor to be a part of.
Well, for me, it was great because, you know, I'm aging myself a little bit, but, you know, I either through AAU basketball or I played with against some of the people who were there, and it was just really great to sit down and, like you said, hear the stories, hear the history of Sandia, hear the rivalries between Albuquerque High, Highlands, and then, you know, El Dorado being moved, a new school, and how it's all changed over the years. But and some of what Sandia's educators, the impact they had on the students, for them, the stories they told about them helping them move forward in their careers. I don't know that you can put a price tag on sometimes what the educators and coaches do for student athletes.
No, you can't. I mean, a lot of our teachers here are coaches, and so they're here teaching through the day and then coaching in the afternoon. And we want our coaches, if we can, to be teachers as well, because, you know, they're positively influencing them all day, you know, in the classroom and on the field. So absolutely. And we met a lot of great coaches and former great coaches and great student athletes here at Sandia. So that was a privilege as well.
Well, Brian, we're going to go for a little break and then come back and talk more about. Actually, we're going to talk about really what's coming up over the next 2 weeks in high school sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Hi, my name is Brandon Mason. I'm the president of Albuquerque Basketball Club, ABC. And our mission is to grow basketball from kindergarten through 12th grade, boys and girls. please contact us at 505-288-6376, and you can email us at coachbrandonmason@gmail.com. ABC, Albuquerque Basketball Club.
Back, Steve Davis Show. We got Brian Weems, the athletic director at Sandia High School, and I tell you, we've talked, the history of a little bit about Sandia, but let's talk about current things. I mean, let's just go back to the first of the season. Some of the games, some of the highlights, some of the things you've seen, and talk about your coaches, the things that were positive about the last 2 months.
Okay, so we can start with football. Coach Adcox is doing a great job with the football team. He's really building that program for what he wants to do, and I can see major improvement over the last couple of years. So it's really good to see the football team improve and do things on the field that they're capable of doing. So it's really fun to see that. Our soccer teams had a great seasons. Our girls soccer team won the championship a couple of years ago, so they're kind of like, and not necessarily in rebuild mode, but they're in like they're in playoff mode, but they're getting back up. So sometimes it takes a couple of that because they had about 12 seniors on that team. So boys soccer is doing really well as well. It's a very competitive district for both teams. Cross country had a couple of runners in state. Our winter teams basketball, man, our basketball teams are doing fantastic. They're in a really tough district, both boys and girls. The boys team beat La Cueva the other night, which was fantastic. They had a really good game. It's been, I don't know how many years the boys teams beat La Cueva. So that was really fun victory. The girls team lost in double overtime the other night, and they are so good. They're in such a tough district. But I'm really proud of them. Wrestling's done really good. We've had them here twice at home this last week. I've been really fortunate to see them up in person. They are so competitive and so strong. Coach Clem has done such a good job with the wrestling team. The swimming team has been great too. I went to a swim event a couple of weeks ago. We have a new coach, Sean Sackerman. He's a math teacher on our campus. He's done a wonderful job. And then now spring sports. I mean, they're all right on top of each other and they're still going. I think we have 10 teams going on at the same time right now. Baseball's off to a great start. They're 3-0. Nice doubleheader sweep against Cibola. Chris Eaton's done a fantastic job with that program. Softball was 1-0. They beat Del Norte the other day. And then now we have tennis going. Tennis is going to start going, and track. So, we have 2 Gatorade Player of the Years on 2 of the teams. So VNA Cumber is a Gatorade Player of the Year for basketball, and Adriana Tatum is a Gatorade Player of the Year for track. And then of course we have Jacob Kamatz, who plays baseball. So we have a lot of Division I athletes, student athletes that are on our campus, and I'm really excited for everything. I mean, we've got winter and spring going on at the same time, so it's definitely different. When I did eligibility, it was a long day. I usually don't do eligibility for 10 teams, but it was great because there's no complaints on my side because that means kids are playing. So I'm excited for all of our teams, and our teams have done well.
Well, one thing about the spring sports, and that includes girls and boys, so girls softball and boys baseball and track, is they're outside and fans. I mean, that's one thing I know that's been a big juggling match for everybody, is that the indoor sports don't have fans. And I want to thank you and all the schools for the hospitality you've given all my guys, and for getting in the gyms and making sure that we got those games up, and the phone calls that everybody's making and juggling to make sure we could. I just want to, it doesn't happen without a teamwork, and we were undermanned, and everybody really stepped up. And I look back over the last, basketball was over the last 5 weeks, and also going back to volleyball, that we couldn't have not got all those games up unless we would have had support, and not only from the coaches but also from the administration to work together to get them up. And they might not have been the greatest broadcasts that ProView Networks wanted to do, but the main thing was our whole goal was to get them done and get them up where the parents could see them.
No, you've done a great job, Steve, you and your crew. have been here for every single basketball game. We really appreciate you, especially being in a district with Farmington and Pier de Vista, where their parents don't get to see their kids play. And for you guys to say, hey, we're going to come, we're going to be there, we're going to announcing. I mean, you've been to every game, not just varsity, C team and JV as well. So we've really appreciated what you've done and your crew have done to be here to let these parents and watch their kids play. I know it's been tough on the parents not to be able to watch them in person, but that's the situation we're in. And you guys really helped that out. And I do want to say one thing. I am excited to watch golf as well. I forgot about golf. And Sophia, she is a state champion. Sophia's Amaripa. So she's defending state champion. So got a lot of great student athletes here on our campus. So I'm looking forward to watching her as well.
So when do you sleep? Okay, I mean, you got all these games. A lot of people, they ask about ProView Networks. I don't know. Some of my guys haven't taken a day off probably in like 3 or 4 weeks, and I know that Sunday's supposed to be a day off for school, but I'm sure that you've been burning the candle lights every day.
Yeah, I have a very supportive wife who knows my job very, very well and says Sundays are with me and your son, and I appreciate that. I do get 1 day off a week, but at the same time, like I said before, that means if we're busy, that means student athletes are playing, and we're very, very happy about that.
And I tell you, you got to think. The moving parts. I say moving parts. I mean, I think you said it well enough, but it's just not the coaches' deal. It's the whole Sandia, the athletic department, all the coaches that are part of that, but also the administration, also the school teachers. I mean, this does not happen without the support. 'Cause I do know, and I don't like to go into detail, but I know that the kids were struggling in grades, across the board, all the deal. And to hear that was one of your statements, to see the grades went up and the enthusiasm and these kids were in deal. I just want to really, from ProView Networks, that's thank you for taking that and coming in with an attitude that we got 5 weeks and let's make the best for these people that are going to be graduating this year.
Yeah, I mean, we're here for them. We're here for our student athletes. We're here for our coaches. Our administration throughout APS is fantastic because, it takes one big team and one big family to get these kids back on campus, to let them play, and, with the NMA support and the PED, everybody. It takes one big family to make sure that we all are here for our kids. And we are. And, it's great, Steve, when I hear from our teachers that, that they're so much more motivated now, the student athletes are, when they're playing sports. It's just really, really nice to hear that, because sports are a huge part of these kids' lives, huge part. And like I said, at Sandia High School, we have over 700 student athletes. So 40% of our student body are student athletes. So, it's a big deal. It's a very, very big deal for them to play. And I'm very happy about it.
Well, Brian, hey, thanks for coming on the Steve Davis Show, and thanks for, all the things you do for Sandia. I think everybody needs a pat on the back, and I just want to say great things about all the APS people that are getting these kids back going in a positive direction.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me, Steve.
good. Here's Wade in transition.
Hey!
Gonna flush it home.
Well, for a 2021 Bowl Series here at University Stadium. Short kickoff. Fielded about the 20.
Oh,
by Gonzalez. Got
A big gap up the middle,
Big
one man
gap.
to beat. Let's see, beats Contreras.
He's got it.
Gonzalez will return it 80 yards for a touchdown. And it was just a matter of time before he found a crease.
It's a privilege, you know, it's not a right. And I think these kids have found that out.
Winters on the quarterback
He's
option.
gonna have it.
Will break it up the middle for a touchdown.
Good job.
36-yard touchdown run by Juan Fuentes. Following.
Oliveris fakes the drive inside, trying to turn it around, draws contact, puts it up, count it, and one opportunity upcoming for Oliveris.
Again, see how they're
Back to pass, getting some pressure.
wide
Link to
open.
Greathouse might go 50, 45, 40, 30. One man to beat. Fine, no. Breaks out of that tackle. Tight ropes the sideline. Touchdown. Touchdown for Peyton Greathouse.
No.
On a turnover again, Hobnet, they've got numbers. Canton. Oh, and the throwdown. Cut off. Ortiz going to take the deep three. Ortiz nails the three-point shot. Timeout. Volcano Vista. Cougars take a 49-47 lead. 3.3 seconds left.
Just like that. You're at the 1 yard line. Got
Looking
plenty.
over the middle. Intercepted. It's intercepted. And going down the left sideline, might take it to a house call. One man to beat, cuts it back inside at the 5. 10, one man to beat again. Cuts it back at the 5, touchdown. Interception in the return
Who was that?
by number 8, Isaac Kinsey, who's already scored an offensive touchdown.
11-4 game, 4.9 seconds to go in the first quarter. Bring up the court, Mays going inside, drawing contact, and one opportunity.
An attack. Oh, that's a great inbound play. Levante puts it up. Blocked beautifully by Heckrop. Blocked beautifully. Shot at the buzzer's up, and it's good. It's good by number 5, Devin Domino Lovato for 3. That will count.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
The New Mexico High School Coaches Association, established in 1941, is an organization of New Mexico's best and most professional interscholastic coaches. Coaches across work daily to help our student athletes excel in the classroom, on the field of play, and in our communities. Students that participate in interscholastic activities attain higher grades, higher graduation rates, and higher wages. Responsible for the North-South All-Star Games, statewide Coaches Award Program, and providing multiple professional development opportunities for New Mexico's coaches. Be a great coach by coaching beyond the game.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Car Crafters, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Folks, there's no other way but to be all in. Either he's Lord of all or he is not Lord at all. And you can experience the real and authentic, true life change that only God can provide to humanity. See, when we truly encounter Jesus and purpose to know him and follow his teachings, hashtag life change will occur.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rawlins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
At New Mexico Highlands University, you're more than a student, you're family. Whether you're taking courses in Las Vegas, Santa Fe, Rio Rancho, Albuquerque, or Farmington, you'll get that one-on-one attention to inspire you to reach your goals. Let New Mexico Highlands help take your passion and accelerate it into a career and fulfilling life path. Find out why New Mexico Highlands is the right choice for you. Log on to NewMexicoHighlands.com today.
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Is this my car? State Farm knows that for every one of those moments,
This is ridiculous!
there's one of these.
Is this my car? What? This is ridiculous.
This can't be happening!
This can't be happening.
Oh, it's happening, sweetheart.
Oh, it's happening, sweetheart.
Shut up!
Shut up!
That's why State Farm is there, with car insurance for when things go wrong, but also here with car loans to help life go right. State Farm.
Talk to State Farm agent Marty Size or Michelle Rudolph in Albuquerque today.
Local Union 412. Find a career with benefits and not just a job at UA Local 412 Training Center. We are looking for plumbers, pipe fitters, welders, and HVAC tech apprentices and journeymen. Call 505-256-9257. Local Union 412.
Perez Collision Center is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks and Albuquerque Boxing. Perez Collision Center offers expert knowledge on any of your auto body and paint needs. Give them a call today, 505-254-4655, or stop by for a visit at 2415 2nd Street Northwest in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Perez Collision Center.
Hey everyone, Adam Deal here with ProView Networks. Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean. Stop living with summer heat. Get a super efficient AC systems from Sunshine Plumbing and Heating and eliminate all worry for a full 10 years. Now that's a bold guarantee. Call now and get your free system design consultation and learn more about how our bold guarantee can help eliminate your worry for a full 10 years. Comfort you can afford. Call Sunshine Plumbing today, 296-3188. Car Crafters, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
This is Coach Borrego of the Charlotte Hornets. Hello to all you parents out there in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I want to congratulate 38 years for the AYBL. You guys are doing a great job. You've shaped a lot of lives, young men and women, and you'll continue to do that. Parents, get involved, sign your kid up. It's a great program. It helped shape who I am today, helped shape me as a basketball player, as a coach. So get out there, sign them up. Have a great season. Good luck to everybody.
St. Clair Winery and Bistro has been renamed in honor of our founders, the Lascombe family. D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro continues to deliver the same exceptional wine and food experience you've come to expect since 2005. Visit us today, D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro.
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough. Back by by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot. It's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Hey everyone, Adam Deal here with ProView Networks. Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms, and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am?
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
St. Clair Winery and Bistro has been renamed in honor of our founders, the Lascombe family. D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro continues to deliver the same exceptional wine and food experience you've come to expect since 2005. Visit us today, D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro.
Local Union 412. Find a career with benefits, not just a job, at UA Local 412 Training Center. We are looking for plumbers, pipe fitters, welders, and HVAC tech apprentices and journeymen. Call 505-256-9257. Local Union 412.
St. Clair Winery and Bistro has been renamed in honor of our founders, the Lascombe family. D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro continues to deliver the same exceptional wine and food experience you've come to expect since 2005. Visit us today, D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro.